The smell that has just wafted. Yes, don't say the caterpillar word. It's a Mexican-inspired feast for lunch today.
There's another one.
Shivi, this smells incredible. What is it you're making?
It is magic mince tacos, caterpillar-free. Although it is eaten in Mexico, you know that.
What's that?
Caterpillars.
Oh, yeah.
Insects and caterpillars, yeah.
But not
true.
these ones, though.
No,
That's
not
the
those.
annoying
No,
thing.
not
They have
those
no
ones.
use whatsoever.
I should take my hands out of my pocket. OK, so what I love about this... Oh, feel free to tuck in and go away. So doesn't this make you happy, this colourful family feast-style food?
Beautiful.
Rainbow colours, right? I'm keen to see how you stuff your...
Well, I was about to ask you, is there a method for this?
So I go beef first, then I layer in everything.
OK.
I go with everything. Now, you'll find this interesting. It's beef tacos, but look what I'm starting with.
Loads of
Onion,
veg.
celery, carrot and pepper. So this has been beautifully, mindfully chopped, but you can also chuck it into a food processor for a quick job. But why I'm starting like this is because the magic in this recipe is the mince. Typically, you just have beef mince, right?
Yeah.
But the whole point of doing this is I'm padding out the mince with this gorgeous veg. So not only am I upping your 5 a day, but it's also making the meat go further.
Yeah.
Right, so it's bringing down the cost of that meat. And actually, this will easily feed 4 to 6 people because it's quite, you know, I'm a feeder and it's actually, when you put the toppings in with the mince, it's quite a generous amount of food in here. So I've got my veg sautéing there and softening. I'm going to also add a bit of mushroom. And mushroom is inherently a meaty flavour. So again, that will just absorb that meat. And if you have fussy eaters, I don't know if you've got kids who are fussy with veg.
Mine are pretty good, actually, but I know. But more out of I just force them to.
That's a good way to do it. If you don't want to force your kids, look at that. Will they be able to differentiate?
No.
And texturally, they can't. So it's brilliant. All right, and I've got just this mushroom going in here. I'm going to tear it. You don't need to chop this one up. Phil has been very quiet.
It's really lovely.
Really delicious.
You said it was like a crispy sandwich.
Well, and that's why I like the taco shell. I think we like it because it is like a crisp sandwich.
Yeah.
It's got that crunch and the flavour.
It's the texture. It's very 90s, isn't it? Right now, you know, nowadays, tacos are normally the lovely, soft, more authentic version, I guess. But this is just happy food, really.
Yeah, it really is.
So the mushroom's going in there, and you want this to soften for 10 minutes, a lovely pinch of salt. And once it's softened, then, so, you know, we'll pretend it's fast-forwarded another 8 minutes or so. We go in with our lovely spices. I've got ground cumin, very Mexican, going in there. We've
Quite
got
a bit of each one.
Yeah, so it's about 1.5 tablespoons.
Right, wow.
Smoked paprika, but
That's what I can taste in there that's amazing.
just lovely warmth, isn't it? But what's great is that you do need a lot of the flavours going in this because there's so much veg in it and they contain a lot of water, so you need that sort of balance of spices. Dried oregano, very Mexican as well. In that goes. I'm not going to put all of this in. This is chili powder, but I'll just put it...
Wow.
So put in as much as you...
As much as you want.
Fits you.
So normally about half a teaspoon to a teaspoon is good enough for that. And then in that goes, and that just smells incredible. Along with that is my garlic here, very important as well. And if you didn't want to have meat at all, I know it's National Vegetarian Week, you can leave the mince out completely and throw in lentils, you can throw in black beans. So it is a, you know, it's very versatile.
That meat is so good.
It is one,
No,
it's just meaty.
It is.
And in with the meat as well. But this is a fantastic way to use mince, whether it's pork or beef, it just pads it out. It really does make it go further.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you something even more magical. So I'm going to leave that to cook.
So you could do this exact same recipe, but with pork mince?
Yes, with pork mince as well.
Oh,
but let me show you this, Holly. So this...
Yeah.
I'm a massive freezer-phile. Obsessed with freezers. So if you cook this without the spices, so you just have a very basic mince with the veggies, if you pop it into your freezer and freeze it like this, so really spread it all out and make it flat.
That's so clever.
You can break this and cook it from frozen because the surface area will be big enough to just cook quickly without being dangerous. You can cook this from frozen, make tacos like this midweek in literally 5 minutes.
Good. And not have loads of storage in your...
Exactly. And then also, I use the same mix when I'm doing bologneses, when I'm doing cottage pies. So really, only by adding the spices do I make it Mexican, inherently. So I'm going to give that a little stir.
Do you have a beautifully organised deep freeze? Is it all like a filing cabinet?
It is very Marie Kondo-esque, I have to say. Yeah. The rest of my house is a disaster, but the freezer I pride myself on. It is beautiful. So you will end up. Ooh,
how long? Careful, don't burn yourself. How long are you cooking that actual meat down then?
So the meat will probably take about 10 minutes once the veg is soft.
Right.
And you want to cook it so that it is quite dry. You don't want any liquid in it. You don't want it to be very dry taco-like.
Yeah.
And you get your moisture from the avocado and the tomatoes.
I see.
I've gone naked taco.
Oh, nice.
Very, very carb conscious there, Phil.
Naked taco.
Very nice.
And so I'm just going to pop mine. I'll show you how I do mine. So
yeah, let me. I'm watching you.
OK, here we go. So, the pressure's on. And would you believe, per head, so I reckon this feeds about 6 people, it's £1.18 a portion.
That's very good, isn't it?
You know, and you can bring that down if you, as I said, if you don't want to use beef. You know, you can use black beans, you can use lentils. Avocado is quite expensive, so you can also leave avocado out. And it is, here we go, a little bit of lettuce. This is my problem, I'm such an overstuffer. There's not really going to be room.
Yeah, you have to eat this in a dark room with no one watching, don't you?
But it's the question. There we go, a little bit of tomato. Oh, there we go, it's going to get messy. It's supposed to get messy. It's messy meals, isn't it?
Definitely.
And this is just such a wonderful thing. And you can use squash peas down instead of the avocado. So peas with lime to make a pimole.
Oh
It's
my
in
God,
season
that sounds
now.
amazing.
It's wonderful. It's seasonal. It's cheap.
Can you do it with frozen peas?
Absolutely. Forget you don't need to buy fresh. Frozen peas are almost better because as soon as it comes out of the ground, it's frozen and the goodness stays in.
So you just boil them up and then mash them up?
Mash them up. A lot of lime, bit of garlic, carrot, coriander, pimole. Pimole.
Oh, I'm going to make that. That sounds amazing. I've never had that
before.
No.
And I love peas.
You're missing out then, guys.
I know.
You may just have introduced something that, for the nearly 300 years I've been doing this show, I've never heard of.
Well, I feel quite privileged to have introduced you to pimole.
Oh, next time you have to make some of that for us as well.
It's good.
That is delicious. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
For details of today's recipe and more delicious ideas from our chefs, download the free This Morning app.